Let us now invite Comrade Tin Pei Ling to address us. Comrade Pei Ling is a party activist and an active grassroots leader from Holland, Bukit Timah. She will be touching on youth and politics in both Mandarin and English. Comrade Pei Ling, please.
党主席、秘书长、中委、党领导、资深的支部秘书们、妇女组代表、行青团代表、朋友们，大家好！非常感谢大会让我有这个机会与你们分享我的一些看法。从小，父母和老师们都强调着家与国的重要性，更教导着我们国家兴亡、匹夫有责的这个基本道理。就因为秉持着这份信念，我自小就意识到，并且相信，身为国民的我们，不论身份地位、出生背景，都与国家有着密不可分的关系。更重要的是，在政治政坛里面，以民为本，那是最重要的，因为那所做的一切都是无懈可击，有益大众。新加坡建国以来，人民行动党一直扮演着举足轻重的角色。除了我党的领导班子，我党的许多资深的党员及前辈们都奉献了无限的青春，把一生的心血都注入党与建国的活动中。我非常钦佩这份精神，这份毅力，也深深的受你们的感染。因此，我自学生时期便开始参与基层和社区活动，更是毅然参党，希望尽我所能尽的力量，为社会、为新加坡人造福。这7年来，我目睹了，也吸取了不少宝贵的人生经验。我记得多年前，曾有一位年轻的妇人，带着3名年幼的孩子，到支部来寻求议员的援助。困苦的她，当时只有足够搭车、不够吃饭的钱，孩子饿得哭个不停，丈夫又吸毒，时而不知所踪。这情景看了都叫人感到心酸。当时我们立即带他们去吃多日来的第一顿正餐，并替她寻求所需要的津贴与援助。我们也替她的丈夫找到了一份稳定的工作。其实像这样情形不止那么一个例子，可是我也知道我们党里面的每个党员都是非常的努力和热心的，要帮助那些需要帮助的新加坡人。我也了解，随着新加坡快速发展的脚步，其实新加坡人面临着许多不一样的生活压力和挑战。05年，我父亲突然心脏病爆发，情势紧急，我接手管理他的咖啡店。当时咖啡店本来就一直在亏钱，又遇上父亲的病，全家所面对的压力无法言喻。逼不得已，我辍学半年，专心打理生意，维持家计。所以我可以了解，也能够体会新加坡人面对的各种生活压力的感受与处境。我虽然是这届大选中最年轻的行动党候选人，但是我愿意倾全力，用我的活力，用我的诚意，用我的恒心来迎战未来，为新加坡人民服务。我相信我们全体上下也有同样的决心。我相信只要我们能齐心协力，便有力量为新加坡同胞们解决困难，打造更美好的明天。Born in the 80s, I come from a generation of Singaporeans who grew up at a time when our economy has stabilized and growing steadily. We have been fortunate, as we now have relatively less need to worry about our nation's survival. And we now have greater capacity to focus on striving for excellence and achieving our aspirations. While our generation did not share a common experience of the struggle for Singapore, but this does not mean that we do not have to work hard. We do. We are proud to be Singaporeans, and we want Singapore to succeed. We recognize that we have a good system and policies, but we want to do better. We have a stake in Singapore, and we want to have a say in how it is run. Having been in the youth scene and working alongside my fellow YP comrades, I know we are prepared to take action to create the future we want to see. That is why more and more youths have stepped forward to volunteer, to champion worthy causes, and do our part for Singapore. My own journey began 7 years ago, when I started volunteering in the grassroots and Meet the People session at Ulu Pandan. I saw struggling families hanging on a thread, facing financial difficulties, almost falling apart. Earlier in my Chinese speech, I related one such difficult case which we have helped. In these 7 years, I encountered many of such cases, and I have seen how our party have helped them. I saw how my advisors, Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan, Mr. Christopher D'Souza, and now Mayor Matthias Yao, go out of their way to solve residents' problems, not just by writing appeal letters, but organizing grassroots resources, community resources, and even going the extra mile to follow up on cases personally with government agencies. In these 7 years, I have learned that we in the PAP have what it takes to help the less fortunate among us. It takes enlightened leaders, dedicated activists, and a lot of effort. But it can be done, as long as good people are willing to step forward to serve and help our fellow Singaporeans to light the candle and not just curse the darkness. What I will never forget is the relief on the faces of residents when they find their problems resolved. So when I was asked if I would stand in this GE as a PAP candidate, I said yes, I want to be part of this movement to help our fellow Singaporeans. When my candidacy was announced, I faced a storm of online criticisms. I've learned to take it in my stride. I take the valid criticism seriously and humbly. Some letters were concerned about my young age. They wondered if I have enough life experiences to be able to empathize with the problems faced by Singaporeans. I am young. I'm a youth. But I can empathize with and understand the pressures that Singaporeans face. When I was studying in university, my father suddenly suffered a heart attack, and I had no choice but to take over the running of his coffee shop as the only child in the family. The coffee shop had not been doing well for years, and even months and years. But I struggled on and stopped schooling for 6 months till my father recovered. I may be all of 27, but I know what it's like to worry about earning a living for the family, keeping the family together. In the past 3 weeks, I have been learning from Mayor Matthias Yao. He has been a great man, he has done much in Macpherson, and has laid strong foundations from which we can build an even more beautiful estate for Singaporeans. As I walked through the market, hawker centres, and HDB blocks, and as I spoke with the uncles, makciks, senior citizens, and young families, listening to their problems, acting on some of their problems, and receiving many voices of support, I became even more resolved to serve, because they reminded me of why I am standing, to solve the problems for my fellow Singaporeans and to improve lives for all. I thank you, comrades, for being my light in the past few weeks, guiding and helping me through this very intense journey. I will work hard, whatever my role, contribute to the party, serve the people, and do my best for Singapore, just as you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade Pei Ling.